fellow adventurers. So today I decided to make a little video. I ended up finishing off this little project that I've been working on over the weekend. This one right here. Oh yeah, I built it myself. I've been kind of wanting to do this for a while. All these pins are pins that we've collected on all of the states that we've been to, all the little random spots that we explored and went to and saw, all the cool little states that we saw already, all the cool little spots, the side attractions, everywhere that we stopped where they actually had a pin available, we purchased and started adding to our collection. Now for some of you who've been watching for quite a while, you guys might remember seeing all these pins on our adventure bag too. On our backpack that we always took everywhere with us, all of our trips, our adventures, our hikes, our camping trips, everywhere. These were on the backpack all the time. And I was happy for it, I really was. I was hoping that that would be just kind of like, you know, our little thing so I could remember what we're doing, where we're going everywhere, you know, all the good stuff. But I noticed as we started getting more and more into hiking and traveling all sorts of trails and like brushing up against trees, branches, you know, just everything that you normally brush up against outside, a couple of the pins started to pop off and everything and just hit the ground. Luckily we didn't lose any. We did find them in time and, you know, went back and picked them up and stuff. But it did make me kind of worried, you know, like, am I gonna lose some? Am I gonna lose one and totally forget that I even lost one to begin with until I look back? I ended up so much as even taking a photograph of all the current pins that we have just to make sure I could look back and make sure, like, you know, one wasn't missing and stuff too. But doing that, I realized, you know, it kind of started to not be fun to, you know, just keep them on your backpack and just hope that they all stay there. So that's where this came in. I had this idea. This was one of the picture frames that I had out in the shed. Ended up grabbing this little bulletin board thing, getting it all cut out to fit exactly perfectly into this frame. And then from there, I took all the pins off of the backpack and of course, put them right here. Now this video just isn't all about show and tell. No, no, no. I think anyone can make stuff like this. I'm just saying I was happy about it. I wanted to share it to you guys, but now that I actually have people here watching, I kind of would like to also maybe just discuss, kind of go down memory lane about every little pin that we have here. That way you guys could at least know what they really mean to us. So starting off, let's just jump right up into the top corner with Washington. Now I made one of my videos a few videos ago about our little trip to Washington and all that we've been to. So this pin right here is just for the state of Washington. But over here, of course, we have the iconic Seattle Space Needle. That was a really fun time going down there. We love going down to Seattle. We were just exploring it, just driving through the tight little streets and everything. It was really fun, very claustrophobic, but still fun nonetheless. I do believe that was also the spot that we went to Duke's Seafood dining restaurant. It was pretty good though. I do remember that one. It's really fun. I do think I'll probably put some photos on here throughout the video too. That way you guys could also see snippets of the video, or in case if you just want to go back and rewatch any of these videos, we do have all these videos in our video library. So be sure to check them out if you're, you know, if you're curious. They're all there for you. Why not? And then this one right here we got in Spokane. Now Spokane was a pretty cool spot. I liked driving through there. It was like a nice, you know, like a nice little city. It wasn't too, I thought it was going to be a lot more bare. It was a lot more active than I was thinking, I'm just going to say. And I really was happy with it. We did go check out that amusement park and everything there. Saw that big Ferris wheel. That was pretty cool. I definitely loved it. But yeah, it was an amazing time. We had fun with it. I definitely like Washington. I do wish next time we do spend, you know, probably a few days there at least. It felt really, really rushed when we were there. And it kind of was, but I would like to spend more time there and see more things. That's definitely something I would like to go back to. Then over here we got Oregon, just the state of Oregon pin. I ended up getting on one of the little visiting centers that was over there, and of course Route 101. Route 101 was awesome. Route 101 was pretty awesome. I really enjoyed it. That goes right down Washington, all through the coastal side of Oregon, and of course California as well. So we wanted to make sure we got pins just to remember that drive as well. It was such a great time. That's another state too. I'm not gonna lie, we gotta go check that one out too. I really was so bummed that we could not see Crater Lake. So we gotta go back, and this time definitely check out Crater Lake as well. Then moving on down from Oregon, you kind of see a pattern here, I'm sure by now. We got the Redwoods, Northern California Redwoods. This is where we stopped off towards the end of our main massive trip that we had about a year or so ago. Driving through the redwoods was really fun. It was really cool to see like the big, thick, just tall trees and everything there. It was really awesome. I definitely like seeing the redwood trees and just seeing how massive they were up close. I was able to walk into one of them and just kind of see like up inside. It was really cool. We did camp out that way for a couple of days, and it was just such a nice time. We got so many awesome photos, a really good video out of it and everything as well. So I was really happy that we stopped and made that part of our trip as well. Then down here, of course, we also have the beautiful Golden Gate Bridge, San Francisco. This was an awesome one because I definitely loved going down and driving right across the San Francisco Bridge. It was really cool. It was a whole lot more bigger than it looks in real life, opposed to movies and everything that you see or like in photos on Instagram. But it was a cool drive. I was happy to see it. And this one pin is just basically to remember our time in Southern, or is it mid California? California nonetheless. It was awesome. It was awesome. And then right below that one, I never did make a video of this one, sadly. I think we just mostly did photos and everything of it. But this one, Alcatraz, also in San Francisco. Everyone by now knows what Alcatraz is. I don't think I really got to get into it a whole lot, but I definitely have some photos. Alcatraz Island was an amazing little tourist spot. I was happy to go see it, check it out, and we were just happy to have all the photos because of it too. But it was a really cool time. We got tons of photos on it, and maybe I might make like a collage photo / video of it and maybe get more, you know, in depth, maybe like history and cool little facts that we learned along the way. If that's something you guys want, I could definitely do it. Let me know in the comments and I'll make it happen. Then over here, everyone knows by now, Route 66. We didn't do the whole part of Route 66, sadly. That might maybe be something we'll try to do in the future, but for as far as Route 66 goes that we were on, we only did the Arizona part of it. So we at least just got the pin just to remember that we did at least get on some of the road. More will hopefully come in the future. Maybe in the future we could at least do the whole length through. Maybe, we'll have to see how that goes. But of course, with Route 66, like I already said a second ago, Arizona, that's also the pin that we wanted to grab for it. Just to remember where we were. I might get old later and forget, I don't know, but I kind of like having, you know, the actual states of where I was. Jumping off with that one, we also got the Grand Canyon. Everyone loves going to the Grand Canyon, a great and well-known tourist spot. It was really fun. So big. That is something that you definitely would probably need to plan a couple days for, just to really get a good chunk of exploration in on that one. It is such a massive, massive spot. Other places in Arizona that we did go to but didn't get any pins, sadly, is Horseshoe Bend. I was hoping I could find somewhere, like on Etsy, eBay, somewhere, Amazon, I don't know. I was trying to find a pin for Horseshoe Bend. I thought that would kind of, you know, looking pretty nice right there too. I thought it would look really nice right there, but sadly I haven't yet. I'm still on the hunt for it. Also down that way, we also went to Bearizona. Bearizona was a cool little family outing, just to go see all the cool wildlife and everything. It's a nice little exhibit, has all sorts of cool animals, and it was fairly cheap and reasonably priced. I definitely had fun over there. We also have a video just for that little trip alone, so if you want to go check that video out, it's also down below. Then moving up, of course, the state of Nevada pin. We went to Nevada, of course we went to Nevada. We've been everywhere in Nevada. We spent a whole month during our honeymoon just traveling all around Nevada, seeing all the towns. I think we went to like all the major cities and everything. And of course, with this one right there, you see poker chips, some cards, Vegas, of course. We've been to Vegas. I'm pretty sure I got some photos on Vegas when we were up there. I'll show those ones real fast as well. Also Hoover Dam. Everyone knows Hoover Dam, hopefully. But then another thing that maybe not a lot of people know of is Highway 50, dubbed the loneliest highway in America. Now what's cool with this pin, this one's probably the most coolest one that we have, because you could not just really purchase this one anywhere. You have to earn this pin. And how you do is you got to make certain stops at every little city that's going down along Highway 50. They give you this little checklist booklet and everything, and you have everyone who in this and you have someone in the city just sign off onto it, and then you mail it in. And then they ended up sending us back a certificate of completion and the pin. I survived Highway 50. That was a cool little trek, and it was like a fun little reward too at the end of it all. The drive is kind of long, just like it's supposed to be, I guess, but it was worth it. There was some cool sights along the way, and just knowing that, you know, you could get a certificate and everything afterwards just kind of made, you know, the road trip just that more worthwhile. It was really cool. Up here we got Twin Falls, Idaho. Sadly, I have yet to get an actual state Idaho pin. Hopefully here soon I could do that and add it to our collection. But yes, this was when we were out doing our little road trip around Idaho, stopping off at Twin Falls. That was such a beautiful little spot. I was happy to take the whole family out and let them all see everything with it. It was just a good time. We also stopped off over by Moon Crater or Crater Rock. I don't remember the exact name of it, but we have pictures on that too, and that was a cool little spot too. Very volcanic, you know, aftermath area, and it was really neat to see all that as well. And then over here we got some railroad tracks. This one we got when we were down in the train depot in Heber, Utah. Now I do not have the state pin for Utah either, just like Idaho, but we will fix that one day here soon. I just gotta wait for my perfect time because I would like to grab that pin along with some of the touristy spots down in southern Utah, like Arches, Moab, you know, all those little fancy, well-known spots in southern Utah. We will be going there hopefully within the next year or so, and then once I do that, I want to get those pins as well, along with the state pin we'll add to the collection. But going back real fast, Heber, Utah. That was a cool little train depot. We actually got to go check out some old-fashioned trains and actually got to go inside one of the little dining carts. I think that's what they're called. I don't remember. Forgive me if I butchered it, any locomotive fans or history buffs. But it was cool just to sit inside like one of the old time ones, and they got to drive down the tracks and everything. Kind of just making you feel like, you know, you're like back in the very early 20s, I would say. It was very wholesome. It was something, you know, just kind of spur of the moment. We weren't really expecting to go and jump onto the train itself. I thought we were just going down just to check out some old-fashioned locomotives, but that was also a treat. And it was a good time all around. And now we're gonna move up to Montana. I don't have a state pin for this one either, but I definitely have Glacier National Park. That one was definitely one of my favorite national parks that we were able to go to. I was so happy to go check out that spot. That was a massive, massive area. Beautiful mountains, beautiful lakes, streams, rivers, everything. It had it all. That was definitely a cool spot. That is also a spot I recommend taking a few days to camp and explore, and it's so massive. You cannot do anything hardly. You're just within a day's time. It's gonna take a few days. And of course, we also have Bigfoot. Now, of course, Bigfoot just isn't strictly a Montana thing. Bigfoot's everywhere, right? I don't know. I still not really believing into him a whole lot. I'm still open to the idea. If I ever see Bigfoot, I will definitely be a believer. I'm just saying I've never seen Bigfoot, so sadly, boo all you want. I'm just not that huge of a believer in it. But regardless, I still got the pin anyway, because this was a pin that we got when we went down to go see the Montana Vortex Mystery Museum. That whole place was just crazy. You gotta go there and just see it for yourself. Everything that they were telling us about, the whole guided tour was just amazing. It was fun being inside the building, checking out all the cool little illusions and, you know, just how everything is. The Vortex Mystery Museum was an awesome, fun little spot, and that's where that pin has came from. And shooting on over, we got none other than Mount Rushmore. Now for that trip, that was part of our trip where we didn't really film a lot. This was still like in the earlier parts before, you know, I was deciding to make videos for YouTube, but regardless, we did take quite a bit of photos. So of course we got some photos and a little bit of video if I could find it. I'm sure I have it somewhere, but I'll add it to it as well for when we went and checked out Mount Rushmore. This part of the trip was also when we were going down through Wyoming. More specifically, we went up and checked out and camped over at Devil's Tower. That was such an amazing time, and also a cool story behind it and just how everything is. I definitely loved it. It was a cool spot, you know, you just have to feel, it was like just peace over there. It was, I can't really explain it. It was nice. You have to check it out. Definitely go. But we got some videos of that one. We got a little bit of photos of that one as well. And I was happy to at least have part of it on our intro if you haven't noticed. And then this one right here is when we're going through parts of Grand Teton National Park. Now this was an amazing skyline structure of just beautiful peaks, mountains. This was awesome. So now this whole area just sits south of Yellowstone. Everyone who knows about Wyoming, no, a lot of people know about Wyoming though, right? Come on. But people who do know about Wyoming definitely know Yellowstone. Yellowstone is another national park. Beautiful. Has so many things to see and do. Again, this is another one that you definitely want to take a few days worth on a trip to go explore. It's not going to be seen all within a day's time. And if it is, it's going to be horribly rushed. I know about horribly rushing some locations. I recommend don't do that on this one. This one right here is home to many geysers and of course, Old Faithful. And then we shoot down a little bit more down below to Colorado. Now, Colorado, I did get the state pin for. That was awesome. I was happy to capture that one. Now, I know I still have a few I gotta get. I'm slacking on that part, but like I said, man, more is gonna come. Just give me time. It's hard to find pins for every little thing, you know. But while we were in Colorado, we only were able to do just a little bit of Colorado. We want to still find some more things. I want to go check out Mesa Verde. I think that's how you pronounce it. Hopefully I didn't butcher that one. But when we went to get this pin, this was in Dinosaur National Park. Now I made another video of Dinosaur when we were checking out Colorado. That one's down below as well if you want to check it out. And we also got some cool photos. And it was just an all-time fun experience. It was actually fun to camp there. I think out of all the places that we've been to, camping-wise, it has to be Dinosaur, Colorado. We had so much fun down that way. I would definitely go back in a heartbeat. I actually kind of think we might. And then down below, I didn't know where to put these ones. We ended up grabbing these pins down here when we were checking out the Egypt Exposition Center that they were hosting at the famous Utah Museum. They brought all their artifacts and everything from Egypt and safely brought them here for us to just see and like and just to appreciate. I love Egypt so much. That would be somewhere I would love to go if I could pick anywhere overseas. Has to be Egypt. I would love to see stuff like that. So even though we didn't really see Egypt itself, we did see some ancient artifacts that they did have on display. So I still want to keep these pins and just say that we were kind of in Egypt in a sense. But that is all I have for show and tell right now. Like I said, there's so much more space on this because I'm hoping within the next few years, several years, I don't know how long it's going to take, I'd like to fill this out. Maybe even get a bigger frame and get more pins. That's going to be my main little thing. I know some, YouTubers and stuff have their little, nicks and all that. I'm going to be collecting pins, collecting memories as we go. So I'm hoping to fill this out fully and just, kind of have it as a memento to look back on and just, be happy and just reminisce on all the cool times that, we went someplace and explored stuff and did. And my main goal, hopefully, is if I could get an actual van, like a camping van type of thing, and just, use that, kind of do like, a little van life kind of thing, and just travel in that and explore stuff as we go. You better believe this is going to be on the wall of that van. So every little spot that we go to, I can put a new pin right there. Boom, another one right there. And still have this everywhere we go. I would love to see that within like, maybe a 5-year plan. So hopefully stick around. Maybe that could actually, be something I could start doing in the future. Not right now, but in the future for sure. All right, so my little show and tell picture frame that I did just turned into a lot more, but I kind of was happy that I made it to, be like this. So yes, if you are curious to see all these little spots where we went to and the reasoning behind all these pins, be sure to check out all the videos down below, all of our stops that we did. I wanted to make sure we at least got some memories in physical form so I could keep on this little display right here. Very, very nice. And if you're also curious to see more photos of all of our travels and trips and everything that we've done, I do a lot more photos and everything on our Instagram. I'll have it right here so you can follow that if you so wish, if you love seeing photos as well. We got tons for you on that one. And as you can see right here, all the ones that are colored are all the states so far that we have traveled. Only pretty much the whole half of the western part of the US. We still have all this half of the eastern part to explore. I'm hoping by the time my little girl is 18 that we have every little piece of this colored and no stone left unturned. That makes no sense while looking at this map, but hey, you get the idea. But for now, I think that is all I have for my little show and tell. I'm hoping you guys enjoyed as much as I enjoyed presenting it and just going back down memory lane with you guys all over again. I have nothing more to say. Thank you for watching. I'll see you guys on the next adventure.